Welcome to my channel. This is a place for me to record and share my efforts to realise a fairly long-standing passion, and that's to build a model of Coventry railway station, but using the Hornby Dublo 3-rail system. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this in another video, but this video is about my exploration of the sort of practical possibilities. And I'm partly doing it because I'm really interested in thoughts and ideas and help from anyone who might be interested. Now, I've been drawn to Coventry Station because I love it, and one of the reasons I love it is because it presents, I think, so much possibility for play value. If I can realise a model. So this is an example of the Western Goods Yard line from Birmingham coming into Coventry Station. So many opportunities for interesting play. For the time being, I've been concentrating on seeing if I can design the track work for the eastern part of the station. So this is the engine shed and the carriage sidings. So the thing that I've been doing is trying to develop the track design, and have struggled a little bit with the geometries. So I'd like to put in an island platform in between the two side platforms, which is more a representation of the modern station, because I think this will be more interesting. But this means separating a pair of points with a single short straight, and that complicates the sort of the standard, I guess, geometries of double tracks. Then trying to combine this with a double track branch, which later on converges to a single line. And then also the point arrangements to connect the engine shed on one side and the carriage sidings on the other side, in a way that allows relatively accurate kind of prototypical workings of getting all the rolling stock to where it conceivably might want to be. I've found a challenge. I have tried integrating my practical experimentations with use of the free model train planning program, the SCARM program, which I have found to be excellent. But I think maybe I've discovered the way my brain works requires a bit of physical organisation, and then transposing this possibly onto the screen, and then sort of thinking through the geometries and coming back. But I think I've got to a place that I'm relatively happy with, and then hence my kind of move into experiments to see if I could get the sort of workings that I think would be realistic, in, of course, the most high play value mode possible, and that was to actually just do some experimenting and getting my old Dublo locomotives and rolling stock out and working. The first task, relatively simple, was to make sure I could model a train coming in from Birmingham into platform 1 and heading off east to Rugby. I might have realised this beforehand, but one thing the physical exercise of running trains achieves is being able to see the way they move. And what I realised here is that the way I'd chosen to deal with the track laying had created a bit of a steep wiggle, so probably not typical of a mainline railway station, and not ideal for fast trains running through on the express. So something to change, I think, here. My next mode was to look at a train coming from Birmingham using platform 2 and heading out to Rugby. Next, I was thinking in the reverse direction, so trains from Rugby heading to Birmingham, and I only actually got footage of using platform 4, but from the point work you can see that platform 3 would work well. Next, it was thinking about trains coming from the Birmingham direction and transitioning onto the Leamington branch line. And again, only one bit of footage here, but the experiments show that the play is possible, and we can simulate this nice and easy. Next was the reverse direction, and this was trains coming from Leamington going on to platform 4, Coventry Station, and then heading off in the Birmingham direction. Nice and straightforward, and off we go. So I did, because the points are a bit more complicated here, so I did practice the train entering platform 3, and this also is possible to model, adding to the extra play, which is the main aim of what I'm doing here. Then I got thinking about more interesting movements, so the possibilities for locomotives leaving the shed, the coaling sidings, and the maintenance areas, and being able to join trains on any of the platforms that were in the station. So nice and easy into platform 3. Pull back the locomotive and test out just to make sure the possibility for platform 4. I'm using manual points, and I've got lots of manual points, so they'll probably stay manual, although I'm not 100% sure how well that's going to work. But it does mean you have to obviously get all your ducks in a line to get the locomotive where it wants to be. And then the other problem that I had for this this practice session was both of the double lines, the double running lines, are running off a single line and a single remote control. So I should have put a non-isolating point back there behind the bridge, which is simulated by the sofa. That would have made things a bit easier, but as you can see, once you've changed the points over, we've made it over onto the other line from the engine shed. That's great, and you can move in the Birmingham direction and come back down platform 1, or if the locomotive needs to get well out of the way, as it's done here, it can do, and then success getting over onto platform 1 to maybe join some waiting carriages, which might have been brought, for example, from the carriage sidings. So the next thing was to check to see if this offered some good play. So it's hard to see, but the locomotive wiggles out of what would be the carriage sidings there. So platform 4 is no problems. Back we go. And you'll notice this this inside track is relatively isolated away from the 2 other running tracks that come on the branch, and that's given me an idea for something I'll just talk about in a second towards the end. But a bit of a push. I was surprised how well this old stuff runs. It's relatively straight out of the box. I did change a few bits of track, I think, previous to these tests, but managed to have quite a lot of success. So here we can think about bringing carriages back, maybe onto this little bit of track work here, and then when all the points are set appropriately, and in this case again the points at the end are changed over to make sure we've got power, the locomotive could push them over onto that platform 2. So this seems to be quite successful, and already gave me an opportunity to enjoy playing with my train set. It's the great thing about, I think, Dublo. It's so playable. But I'm really interested to see if I can also make it into a model. I've seen other people do it, and it's been really impressive. So there we are, platform 1. Now, with that little extra bit of track work, I'm wondering if there's a possibility for an Inglenook arrangement here. And you can look it up if you're unfamiliar, but it's certainly a common part of models. And I'm wondering if I can go for the extra step and make a version for carriages. So this will be a bit of a departure from, I guess, the prototypical design. But I want to get a balance between play. So if you have thoughts on this, I would love to hear them. And if you've listened this far, I want to thank you for your interest. If you do have help and suggestions, I'd really like to hear from other people, thoughts on my plans, and if you've got ideas, that'd be great. And I'm not looking to build an empire, but if you'd like to know when next videos are coming out, do subscribe. It will be the best way to stay in touch.